Hi everyone, just thought I'd do a quick post-show rundown and let you guys know how Wonderwool went. We've just come back the other day, so it's Wednesday, we came back on Monday morning. We stayed in this really nice little cabin just around the corner from the showgrounds. It was so pretty. It overlooked a little lake and we had like a fire pit. It was run by a company called WIGWAM. I'll leave a link in the description to the place we stayed, but it was so nice. We had like a fire pit in the evenings, we had a barbecue on top of it. So we don't have any outdoor space where we live currently. We live in a flat in Bristol. So it was really nice to have the option to have a barbecue. It was really good. There was like a hot tub which I booked on the last evening as well, so we could have like a proper sort of chill out evening before coming home again after the show. It was so good. And now we are back to reality again. We've just come home and unpacked the car and I have started going through and sorting everything. And if you can hear banging in the background, our neighbours just moved in, so there might be a bit of construction work going on. Yeah, we've just come back, I've unloaded the car and sorted stuff out, but it does mean that I've literally just chucked it in the office, hence the sheer mess behind me. It needs to be sorted over the next few days, otherwise it won't get done. But I thought I'd just sit down and talk to you guys about Wonderwool. I had a really good time. I've never been to the show before. It was really good. It was so big. There was so many vendors there, all doing different things. There was a lot of guys doing fibre and spinning, which was really good. I've not seen a lot of that at previous shows, so it was really good to know that Wonderwool sort of caters to that. Yeah, it's so big. I was a little bit disappointed in my display, if I'm honest. I didn't realise how big the booth was going to be, because it's more of a booth than it is like a stall or a stand. They have these giant like 8-foot walls that you can decorate, which I didn't realise. But now, having gone to the show, Ant and I have been like sat down discussing on what I would have done differently, and I like to think that if I got in next year my stand would look a lot better. We've got a lot of ideas that we've got to sort through and work out if we can do it at any other shows as well, because I think most of the other shows seem to be a standard sort of stand base, so you have to build your own like walls almost, whereas Wonderwool had these giant 8-foot white, like stark white walls. So I felt like I was getting a little bit lost against all of it. I'm at this like in-between stage where I've got too many products and too many things for a small stand, but not quite enough for a big stand. So I need to work out the best way to display in larger spaces so I don't get lost in them. Yeah, a little bit disappointed in the way my stand looked. It still looked alright. I think I done the best I could with what we had. Like the car, when we packed the car is rammed now. We've got like Ant's barely got enough room to actually see out the back window when we're driving. If we took any more we'd have to hire a van, which is obviously like yet another cost I'd have to add. So we kind of want to do as much as we can with the car, because I don't know anyone that we can borrow a van off of or anything. So yeah, we'll have to think things through and work out the best way forward. But I still had a really good weekend and it was really nice meeting everyone, and it was really great So I know that some people specifically look out for me as well, which is it's really nice. And I'm really grateful for anyone that came by. And I'm going to get teary in a minute, so I'm going to stop. But yeah, thank you so much if you came by the stand. I really appreciate it. It made my weekend that much better, especially when I was feeling a little bit down about my stand and the way it looked. But yeah, I'm really grateful. I'm gonna move on. I did have a few very quick wanders around the show. It's kind of hard when you're vending to be able to go around and actually look at everyone else's stands and do your own shopping, I guess. Especially, so when I do shows I take Ant with me, and he's great if I want to very quickly nip to the toilet, or if I need a cup of tea, he'll go off and get me a cup of tea. But I'm aware that he doesn't feel comfortable staying at the stand for long periods of time, because he's not a knitter, he doesn't really know the products, and he gets a bit flustered, which means that I can't go around and enjoy the show myself. So before the show opens, I like to walk around a few times and see what I can very quickly, and know if there's anyone that I want to go back to when the show's open. There was a few people that I immediately knew I needed to go back to, but I know I missed out on a lot of others, especially in the other halls. So altogether there's 3 halls at Wonderwool. It's really massive. Each hall has got I don't even know, there's got to be over 20 vendors in each hall. It's really huge. You really could spend the entire weekend there. But yeah, I made a few purchases over the weekend. I kind of wish I bought a few more things as well. So the items that I got, the first thing I bought actually was a dress. It's not what I was expecting at a wool show. Obviously you go there, you think you're just going to pick up maybe some fibre, maybe some yarn, maybe a new project, but I bought myself a dress. Yeah, so it wasn't really what I was expecting to buy, but it's so pretty, all of her stuff. So the maker goes by Elfin, I think is how you say it. Her name's Sophie Harrison, but it's Elfin Felt. So I've got a little postcard of hers, I don't know. So I think it's pronounced Elfin, but it's ELFN. She does have a website and she does have an Etsy shop as well. But she makes these really gorgeous felt clothing, and also just like natural fibre clothing. And I got this really, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a comfy cozy dress, so it's like a baggy fit dress, and it's double layered. It's got a really nice like big cowl, almost like roll top neck, and it fits me perfectly, which is nice. I'm a little bit of an odd shape and I've got quite broad shoulders, so generally if I buy clothes it doesn't fit properly here, but that one does. It's so nice. So yeah, that was the first thing I bought, was a dress from Elfin, and I didn't realise at the time, but she's actually from Glastonbury as well, so sort of a local to me maker, which is great. So yeah, I will be on the lookout for more dresses and things from her, because they're so nice. And then the other few things that I bought over the weekend, I bought myself another big wicker basket. I have been after a nice big one for a while that I can put projects in and stuff. I'd take them with me to knit groups, or just store them and carry it around the house in. And I saw this one from Eliza Conway and it was kind of perfect. She always has loads of wicker baskets, and I bought my mini one from her last time, and I wanted a bigger one, and she had quite a few different styles, so I went for this one, which is like a square one with a nice big handle, which is really comfortable in like the crook of your elbow. But yeah, so there was another one. Yeah, you may have just seen in there that I picked up some fibre over the weekend as well. My cat has already attacked it and kind of destroyed part of the braid, but I got two different fibres from Hilltop Cloud. I've not used these types of fibres before or spun them before, so it should be interesting. So this one, which is a really pretty black with like red purple tones running through it. This one is Southdown wool, sorry, which I haven't spun yet. My auntie has some Southdown sheep. She did shear them and give me a bag of fleece a while ago, but it was really badly covered in vegetable matter and poop and just general. It took me almost a full day just to clean up 100 grams, so in the end it just wasn't worth it for me to attempt to do any more. It was their first year of having the sheep, and the guy that sheared them in the goat shed, so it was just covered in like goat poop and hay and straw. It was just it was so packed in there. She did apologise when she gave me the bag, because they didn't really know what they were doing. So I'm hoping if in the future, if she gets them sheared again, obviously she'll get them sheared again, but if she manages to keep it clean, I might be able to get another bag. But I thought until then I can give spinning some Southdown a go from Hilltop Clouds, and it's a really pretty sort of dark colour, so I thought that might be good for if I knitted anything from it for me or Aunt, because both of us wear dark clothing quite a lot of the time. So that's one of them. And then the other one, really gorgeous, so it goes into like really deep blue to like a greeny colour into this really nice orange right at the end. It's got some like gold tones going through it, and this was BFL and camel, which I thought was really cool. So it's 75% BFL and 25% camel. So I thought that was quite fun, and I really like the colour. It like really jumped out at me on her stand, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, the great thing about the Wonderwool Wales and there being so many like fibre artists and spinners and things is really like ignited that motivation to do more spinning myself. I haven't touched my spinning wheel in about 2 years now, probably longer than that, and I did really enjoy spinning. It's just been sat in my office and then I've been distracted with other things, so I kind of bought myself some pretty new fibres to really jump into doing that again. I really want to get my wheel back out and get back to spinning again. So I figured having some new fibre might jumpstart me as well. And when I bought the fibre from Hilltop Cloud as well, they gave me this book along with the fibre, which is Spinning Hand-Dyed Fibre, Take Control of Colour, Kate Weston. I've never seen them at a show before, but I have previously bought stuff from Hilltop Cloud online before, and I've also gone through her blog as well. It's been really handy, so I'm kind of looking forward to having a quick... I had a flick through this and it was really interesting, and it was kind of great that I got it with all of my fibre as well, so I'm hoping there'll be some more tips and tricks in spinning different fibres and stuff in there as well. So that was really nice. Those were really like the purchases that I got, and I managed to run around really quickly and get at Wonderwool Wales. But I stood there chatting with Aunt for a while about spinning wheels because we were opposite the Chakra booth, and they had such gorgeous hand spun yarn there, and the two ladies that were at the stand were spinning the entire show as well, and they both had the Country Spinner by Ashford spinning wheels, and I have coveted those for so long, and I like my wheel. So at the moment I spin on, when I do spin, I spin on the Woolmaker's Bliss wheel, and it's been a great introductory wheel, but I've always coveted the Country Spinner. It's great for doing the chunky art yarn, which is what I've always enjoyed spinning, and I'd really like to get one. And I was talking about it with Ant for quite a while, and we were looking around at prices and stuff, and then we realised that Ashford UK were actually at Wonderwool Wales. So Ant disappeared off whilst I was looking after the stand and picked me up a catalogue, and it's kind of just made my yearning, I guess, for the Country Spinner that much more. So if you haven't seen the Country Spinner before, it looks like this one here, and you can do the very you can do like cocoon plying and stuff with it, which I really want to do. So I think I'm gonna have to go through and work out if I've got enough money to purchase one or if I need to wait a little bit longer, but I've always wanted one. And when we built my first spinning wheel, we based it off of the Country Spinner, and that was, again, it was kind of great while it lasted, but it wasn't perfect. And then I got the Bliss, and that was good, but it's better for like finer yarns. But I want to do the chunky stuff because that's just fun. So yeah, it's really like ignited that spinning spark in me going to Wonderwool, and I really want to do that more now. Like I said, the show was great. It was so good. I loved vending there, I really did. I kind of wish I got a chance to be a just attendee as well. Like, I wish I could just go and visit it this weekend by myself and just wander around all the shows, all the stands, and chat with people and stuff, because you don't get the chance to when you're vending yourself. But I'm hoping that maybe the next show, whatever one that is coming up, that I can go as an attendee. So my next yarn show that I'm going to be at and exhibiting with Woollen and Wytch is the Summer Wool Fest, and that's not until the end of July, so I've got a few months to get prepped for it. But I think in between now and then, I think there's the Wool Monty, I think, which I think is Sheffield direction, I can't remember. So I'm hoping that maybe I can go up there and do that just as a normal visitor. I think that would be fun. I might have to go by myself because I think that weekend Ant is away, but that could be fun. Maybe see if anyone is there with a Country Spinner that I can have a go on and actually work out whether it's definitely the wheel for me, because I'd hate to have, like, I've wanted one for so long and then finally buy one and realise it's not what I'd hoped for, especially because of the price point of them. They're around £600, like that's a lot of money to work out that that's not the right wheel. So yeah, maybe I could go to that show and try one. That'd be nice. But until then, I'm going to spin my fibre on my wheel. I've still got a sack, a literal sack of alpaca to spin up as well, that we picked up down in Stitchfest last year. And so that's got to be carded up and sorted as well. So yeah, this weekend's really, I don't know, it's got me thinking on a lot of things, and yeah, I just really enjoyed myself. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. If you are at Wonderwool Wales and stopped by my stand, thank you again. And if you didn't, like, I really recommend going to the show next year. It's so good. I'm gonna apply again next year, but if I don't get in, I will still attend, because it's so good, and it's so nice that it's not too far away from Bristol either. So it was about 2 hours from Bristol, so doable in a day. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Okay, cheers guys. Bye.